14. Read this sentence from paragraph 4. In both experiments, the ravens waited patiently for up to 17 hours for the researchers to return. How does this sentence fit into the overall structure of the passage and contribute to the development of ideas? Okay, so this is a function question. What's the function going on here? What's happening immediately before and immediately after? We should be immediately thinking of transitions and what kind of transition is occurring here. So let's go back up to paragraph 4. So in paragraph 3, we're still defining the issue of, is it instinctual behavior or are they planning? And they had to design the experiment to show that they're planning, not simply hoarding, right? And paragraph 4 then goes in to tell us, for the first experiment, the researchers showed the birds how to use a small stone. And then it tells us the second experiment. Okay, so paragraph 3 was the scientist planned their experiments to avoid this conflict between instinctual behavior and planning. And paragraph 4 tells us what those experiments were. And then we go on to the conclusions and everything else. So that's, I think, the right transition. Let's see which answer choice picks up that idea. It concludes the description of the experiments. No, we're beginning the description of the experiments, so E is wrong. F, it establishes the time required in experiments designed to determine learned behavior in ravens. Establishes the timeline required to determine learned? No, there's nothing in the passage about that particularly. So again, if you didn't quite understand what was going on, maybe that's appealing. G, it reveals how the ravens solved the problems posed in the experiments, proving that ravens have the ability to plan. Proving that ravens have the ability to plan, that's too extreme. We know the results are not certain at the end of this study, at the end of the passage. So to say they've proved that ravens can plan is incorrect. It's just factually incorrect according to the passage. G is wrong. H, it indicates that hoarding food is both an instinctual and a learned behavior among ravens. It's both an instinctual and learned behavior? No, it was one or the other, and they had to design the experiment to differentiate those. So wait a second. F, G, and H are clearly wrong. Let's go back to E again. I want to assess E one more time. So that is this beginning of paragraph 4. In both experiments, the ravens waited patiently up to 17 hours for the researchers to return. Okay. Oh, so here we had already had kind of the experiment design. Now we're starting to see how they reacted, what the conclusion is. So it concludes the description of the experiments. I think it does. Let's just confirm that. At the end of paragraph 4. 4 is the description of the experiment. In both experiments, the ravens waited patiently. This sentence referenced is the last concluding sentence of paragraph 4. And then we go into paragraph 5, the results of these experiments. So I think I was originally looking at the wrong transition, going into paragraph 4, not coming out of paragraph 4 to 5. E is absolutely correct. It concludes the description of the experiments, supporting the idea that the ravens can make decisions for the future. Those were the conclusions. E is the correct answer for 14. Be careful. Elimination can often lead to an easy elimination of an answer that might ultimately be correct. So try to use some severe or consistent criteria for eliminating answer choices. And never eliminate an answer you do not know. Just because you don't know it doesn't mean it's wrong. What you should do is consider that answer among a risk-reward analysis of how well you know or don't know the other answers, or how correct or incorrect the other answers might be.